Hey YouTubers, first before I get started on any of this, I just really want to say that I want to thank everyone for 100 subscribers. I really didn't think I would get there this fast. It's only been here about like maybe a little over 3 months at this point. Seriously, the amount of people who've kind of like come to my side and just kind of, been there from the beginning. Just kind of throw out some names right here, just right now real quick. I want to thank Nathan, TheFrozenParticle. He's been there from the very beginning, and I think I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him just kind of introducing me to his little Dragon Ball Z squad on Skype and everything, and that's where my first big bump of subscribers came in and everything. Next, D-FreeDBZHD, he's a really nice guy. This guy has like thousands of subscribers. Like when I'm sitting around with only like maybe at the time like 30 or something, and I had the balls to just kind of go in there. Hey, would you like, hey, your channel's awesome. Would you do some collabs with me? I think you and I would get together, do well. And he's just like, hey, you know what? Just send me your Skype name and we'll get things done. And he's like really attributed to my growth and really introduced me to a lot of interesting, great people like Nathan has. And just keep going down this list for a couple people. Dimzy's domain. That guy, like, so much very honest like feedback about my stuff and saying it's just like certain things aren't good enough and I can do better and everything like that. And that means a whole lot to me. And One Piece Nation, he also kind of came on when I was still pretty small, and he has like thrown a whole lot of his support and weight behind me. That's really, these four guys. It's just like, it's so meaningful, and I'm really glad to met them. I'm really glad to be doing this right now. Honestly, it's humbling, and I just really appreciate all the support and respect I've gotten going forward in such a short amount of time. And I really hope to keep this going as long as I can, and just kind of grow and produce stuff that hopefully you like, be it Dragon Ball Z or something else. I'm hoping to do some more stuff outside of Dragon Ball Z, especially pretty soon, now that we've hit like a new year and I've hit a new milestone and everything. It's just kind of the right time. So anyway, with all that said, I just want to get to the bulk of this. I just want to get to the bulk of what this video actually is, and with that said, I'm just gonna let's just hit it. We're gonna hit it as hard as possible. When it comes to the Dragon Ball community, I think my niche in this situation is actually my prediction videos. That's where I get a lot of my fandom and a lot of my subscribers from, comments, likes, and everything else. So I thought I'd condense my theories into a single short video to show you guys exactly how I see Super playing out from episode 26 onward. Okay, so like a lot of people, I don't see any big differences happening for the remainder of the Fukkatsu no F arc in Dragon Ball Super. That being said, there are a couple things that I actually want to point out. Like in the movie, I think Goku will learn not to underestimate his opponent and not drop his guard. Vegeta begins to understand that the chip on his shoulder is actually his Saiyan pride, and Gohan might actually resolve to quick slacking off and actually get stronger so he can protect his family. Piccolo is revived with the Namekian Dragon Balls, where Kibito Kai shows up and wishes himself apart again, thus establishing a new rule for the Potara earring fusion. The 12 universes are explained, and the tournament is organized with Earth's placement in the balance. Meanwhile, Champa uses the Potara earrings to create an unimaginably strong Saiyan warrior, and finally utilizing the fusion for villainous purposes instead of heroic ones. The gang goes to Universe 6, where Gohan is nowhere to be seen while the Pilaf gang is inexplicably tagging along. The tournament plays out like old-fashioned Dragon Ball tournaments, with a balance between humor and epic fight sequences, with each member of Champa's team recalling past events from the Dragon Ball series, with Magata playing the Pilaf Red Ribbon-like antagonist from Dragon Ball, Frost and Kabe alluding to Goku vs Piccolo Jr. from Dragon Ball, and Heat and Batamo referencing Boo and Cell respectively. Considering we've already gotten Super's version of the Saiyan Saga, the Frieza fight, and game-changing possibilities, with a trip to Namek, Classic Tournament, and Dragon Ball Scavenger Hunt coming, I'm pretty sure that would hit all the bases for Dragon Ball nostalgia possible in a single story. Anyway, Champa is exposed for cheating before the final match with Goku versus whoever, but it's revealed to the masses that Gohan was in Boo to help him pass the exam. All is forgiven and the tournament goes on as planned. In classic Dragon Ball style, Goku loses the tournament after an epic final match because there is literally nothing to fight for other than testing his own strength. And Goku never wins when his goals are his own strength. Anyway, the Super Dragon Balls are gathered in classic Dragon Ball style with humor abound. Champa summons the dragon and Emperor Pilaf steals the freaking wish for something useless. Because, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Pilaf has never actually canonically made a wish in the series, And that's kind of poetic, for the first person who tried to conquer Earth is ultimately the one that actually ends up saving it at the very end of the entire series. And of course, by canonically, I'm not actually referencing the movie that he was actually shown making a wish. That's been written off by Super's own thing. They've never necessarily mentioned it. With the wish of the Super Dragon Balls being used, Champa's threat is actually nullified because it takes so much to find the balls in the first place. But Beerus has learned to respect Champa after his team has won the tournament, so he promises to share Earth's food anyway. Goku and Vegeta then resolve to remain in Universe 6 to explore, with everyone going back home. And Gohan finally resolves to become the next protector of Earth while Goku is away, as the Great Saiyaman, of course. One of the reasons I actually really like why these predictions are playing out is because it doesn't actually necessarily have to rewrite the ending of Dragon Ball Z. Because if all of this is the case, Bulma would still be pregnant with Brawl, the 5-year absence is still intact, and Gohan is definitely back in shape at the end of Dragon Ball Z. This actually kind of further explains why Goten and Trunks have seriously slacked off in the years prior to Z's conclusion, and it also explains that Gohan's influence, not Goku's, is what made Pan a fighter, while Golden Frieza ultimately justifies Goku's excitement over Oob's potential. Plus, that makes me feel like Toei is actually able to continue the series without Toriyama's involvement, but the setup is actually a really interesting one if you take it at face value of what I just said. Anyway, that's a whole lot to take in. Not all this stuff might be right, but I do have a really good feeling about it. What do you think? Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and have a nice day, everybody.